Alright guys, what's going on? It is Saturday morning, next morning after my last video. Excuse me, just got done drinking water. I do have the same shirt on, the Demolition Ranch shirt, the tattoo shirt, if you will. I had to contribute to the cause, so not really the Raptor cause, but more so the wanting to see Mayor do a burnout in the El Camino. So anyway, I still have it on today because we stayed at the customer last night. Changed my underwear and socks, but no place to take a shower, obviously, so I didn't change my jeans and my t-shirt. So we're going to grab a shower on our way south. But got yesterday's video downloading, and I'll get it edited sometime today. Bellows running, as you can hear. And trying to get my train of thoughts going here. We're going to be headed to Texas. We got to go down to the terminal south of here and switch out trailers, and then go down to Texas, just outside of Houston, Deer Park, Texas, and load. I don't know if that means she's happy. Did you hear the air discharge? I don't know if it means she's happy about going to Texas or she's not happy about going to Texas. I guess we'll find out, because she'll let me know for sure. But anyway, going down to Deer Park, gonna load down there, and then we're going back up to Ohio, and gonna be doing that as a dedicated run for the rest of the month probably. So I'll try and keep the content as interesting as I can, but I mean, this is trucking. It's boring sometimes. I did want to mention a couple things. The GPS, this wasn't too bad last night, having the big screen. It definitely does light up the inside of the cab a little bit, even with it dimmed out the whole way. But this thing here, I don't know what's wrong with it this morning. It lost satellite connection. It's been searching for satellites all day. So I have the location of the terminal saved in the old GPS, and that's something it had been doing a lot lately. That's part of the reason I bought the new one, is because it was losing the satellites for some reason, and I think it's because it's such an old model. I don't know, but I looked up the address to the terminal and put it into the new GPS. So, and let me specify something. 9 times out of 10, I know where I'm going. I've been doing this for 20 years. I know how to get around the country pretty well, especially everything east of the Rockies. But I use the GPS as a tool for, like, let's say this, distance and arrival time. Now, the arrival time I always am kind of sketchy about. I'll go by distance, but let's say dispatcher or your broker, if you have your own authority, calls you and says, hey, how far out are you? Customers having issues, or they'll take you as soon as you get there. I just heard from them. They're looking for the product. You look at the GPS, you go, oh, I'm 153 miles out. Now it's 70 miles an hour, that's 2 hours. At 60 miles an hour, which is what my dad always taught me to, but that was back in the 55 mile an hour mandatory speed limit days. 60 miles an hour is 1 mile per minute. So obviously you're driving 60 miles in an hour. So at 153 miles, you got 2.5 hours. I'll be there in 2.5 hours, if you don't plan on stopping anymore. I generally tend to give them an hour more than that. So if I know I'm 2.5 hours out, I will tell them I'm 3.5 hours out, because that way if anything happens, you got that little bit of padding. Because when they do call you and ask you and you tell them, they expect you to be there when you told them. It's crazy. Even if it's early, whatever, it's just one of them things. I've had hot loads where they're calling me all the time wanting to know where I'm at, when I'm going to be there, blah, 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 blah. And it's pretty crazy. Okay. I just did something with my laptop. Anyway, The other thing I wanted to mention was this little thing right here. This is a rotary knob. It is not connected to anything. You can hear it click. And then it has 10 positions technically. I mean, it's not really positions. It doesn't click at all. It's just a rotary knob. That is for the diesel freak harness, and you can look up diesel freak harness. It basically manipulates the settings in a computer. On my Cummins, there's only one set of wires. If you were to put one on a Cat, there's 2 sets of wires. But I woke up with a headache this morning, and I don't know why. Lots of water yesterday and everything, I don't know. But you can look up a diesel freak harness. It's a very cost-effective way to get a little more power out of your engine. Some people don't like them. Not getting into that. I had the one on this truck for 5 years, 5.5 years probably, and never had no issues resulting from it itself. My arm's getting tired for some reason. You can feel the power difference. I will say that. You can definitely feel the power difference. On this engine, I don't have any need for it. This 600 has plenty of power, plenty of torque. No need for it. So it's not hooked up, but on my interior tour video, I forgot to mention that. So there you go. So anyway, I'm going to shut the camera off because I'm already up to 7 minutes of flapping my gums. Boy, I really look tired. And I think the computer's about done downloading, almost done downloading. When the computer's done downloading the videos, I'm going to put the computer away and we're going to get on down the highway. Oh, look who decided to come to work today. I guess I don't have the terminal address in there. What I have is RMJR in there. So, anyway. The truck backing in behind me. This place has a huge parking lot, so not hard to back up at all. here last night. I drove through rain and until we got some rust on the drums.
My head is just not feeling that hat this morning. I don't know why I have a headache, but I have a wicked headache.
It's roundabout time. Take a break. Don't worry, this is all industrial. There's no houses around here. Peterbilt of Green Bay. That I like that this GPS does is it kind of switches and tells you like next truck stops or stops, you know, I mean they're truck specific stops, so that's kind of nice. These people always want to do this, it's beyond me. I try and stay out of the way. I know that the road does that right there, but I try and stay out of the way, but then people come up alongside you, and then they don't want to go. stopped in Sheboygan at the Loves, get something to eat. I was gonna try and wait till I got down there, got the trailer dropped, go get lunch with a buddy of mine who lives down there, but I'm fighting a migraine. I'm gonna call it a migraine. I don't know. It's a pretty bad headache, and I notice I'm squinting a lot. Maybe I need to put my sunglasses on. Excuse me. Anyway, stopped and got some Subway, and already got it half ate. Figured I'd do the whole vlogging thing. I'm not really accustomed to recording everything all the time, so, but I think I am gonna get my sunglasses out. It's really not even that bright of a day though. It feels bright. So, I mean, look, it's cloudy and overcast. So, my eyes do not think it's not bright. So, anyway, I'm going to finish up this sandwich here, and we're going to get back on the road, get down there and try and get trailers swapped out, and get headed south towards Texas. Only problem is I got to deal with Chicago. Well, the outskirts of Chicago, but it is Saturday, so it could be messed up. So, anyway, there you have it. My brain is not having any part of having a hat on my head today, so you're just going to have to look at my bald head. Take break! Crack the windows here so you guys can hear Bella. Wisconsin, your roads suck.
passed a truck wash right up the road up here, and this is why I didn't have my truck wash, because knowing it had been raining here, yeah. That one looks nice and dry.
All right, made it to the yard. As you can see, it's a muddy mess. I'm going to get out, drop this trailer, and we're going to ride around and see if we can find the other one. I have a feeling it's way back there. So, just happened to, as I was coming off the interstate, getting ready to get off the interstate there, ran into a viewer. So Mike, if you're watching, just talk to you. Appreciate the flowers and the viewership and the kind words. So it's always I enjoy running into people that watch the channel. I never in a million years thought that anybody would want to see this stuff. Let me make that perfectly clear. I'm not a videographer. I'm not an editor. I'm not, you know, I try and make it as honest but entertaining as possible. So I appreciate the fact that you all watch it, and I've had lots of people come up to me, well, not lots maybe, but quite a few people anyway, lots for me, come up to me and holler at me on the CB radio. And Mike is actually the first one that's ever called me by the channel name, which most people just holler out Bel Air because the back of the cab says Bel Air, and you know, they either follow me on Instagram or whatever. But he's the first one that's ever called me by the channel name, so that was kind of cool too. But anyway, I'm gonna jump out, unhook this thing, get it written up. I have to write it up to be washed over at the right there. I have to drop off paperwork for it to be washed. Because if you didn't know, these tanks I pull 90, I'm going to say 95% of the time. Maybe it's not that high. Anyway, they have to be washed out between products. And a lot of people ask me if they have baffles in them. And that's why they don't have baffles, is because you can't wash out a tank that has baffles in it well enough to put chemicals in it. Because, I mean, some chemicals, I mean, just residue inside the trailer would be enough to cause a chemical reaction. And chemical reactions have happened by, you know, mistake, whatever, accidents happen and stuff. Not with me, but I hear stories. And there's a whole lot of that the company I'm leased to trains you in when you come to work here. So anyway, they have to be washed out. So the one that I'm picking up has already been washed out, and the one I'm going to load it in Texas, and then as long as I'm doing this dedicated run, they're going to be what we call top loading it, which means they're going to be reloading it. It's the same product. So and it's not a product that sets up or anything like that, because even sometimes doing dedicated loads like the ones you see me take to Laredo and back, those trailers have to be washed out after every time they come back. So anyway, been talking 6 minutes already, so I'm gonna get out, drop this, go find the other one, and we're gonna head south. It's that way. One of the things about having the full fenders is you have to be careful how you back underneath trailers so you don't hit them. Off of anything on the trailer. I think that thing's losing ground connection. It's telling me low voltage is what it is. as you can see, found the trailer, backed under the trailer, hooked to the trailer. Did everything I have to do with the trailer. We have to close all the orifices, all the anywhere obviously product to get out of. Even though it's clean, it's got to be closed because you don't want the inside contaminated. So had to close all that up. We're hooked up to it. It was where I expected it to be. As you can see, it was pretty close to the front of the truck. You saw in the videos if I throw that in here, the dash cam. But we're gonna run right down the road here, get some fuel, probably top off with fuel, because I'm showing about a half a tank, but I don't think that's accurate. And as you can see, this is the fuel mileage we have on this tank of fuel. I like this new GPS that it shows both of those up there, because this is the trip. I use this for trip from point A to point B or whatever, and then I use trip B for my fuel, because I do my fuel mileage off of the GPS miles. So second one I had running the routing, because it has the place we're going stored in it. The new one does not, and I already have it routed. And there are actually two different places. This is going to the terminal in Texas, and this is going to the shipper in Texas. So you can see we got 1,154 miles. This one says we got 1,205 miles. And I don't know which, if it's, I mean, they're literally, the places are right around the corner from each other. So a difference of 50 miles is 51 miles. It's actually quite a bit of difference. So let's see what it's bring that up. Down to Memphis, down 55 to Memphis, and then over and down 30. And this one's probably going to run us down yeah, see, it's showing running down 49 in Louisiana, because that's the way I would normally run, and that's the way it probably will run. Yeah, that's 49 right there in Louisiana. Yeah, let me get that closer for you. That's 49 in Louisiana, I-49 for real good running. But then it's showing over and down, and see, I won't do that. I'll come out of Shreveport and I'll run 79, US 79 over here to 59, and we'll run down 59. So if I was to do that on here, this one doesn't have the add button. All you have to do is touch wherever you want to, and it will, see, yeah, right there's 49. So if I touch this and then click shape route, it'll calculate it. See it? Adds 29 miles and 12 minutes to do that. And then what it's going to do is the same thing. It wants to run me across 20 and down, so we'll just click this. This is US 79 right here. We'll click that. It's going to recalculate. See what it does here. It's only showing 300 feet. Well, I can only do one at a time, I guess, on this one. They changed that. I don't really like that, but yeah, see, now it's showing 69 miles. I don't know what the deal is with that. Alright, so we'll click go, and I guess I'll do it all over again. No. Click that. Click this. I'll zoom in again. See, this was a whole lot easier on this GPS, because like if I zoom in, and then I just click, this is 79. So in the meantime, come over here to this one. It's got us routed down 49, so then we'll click 79. See, this is US 79. We'll click shape route. It started later, so let's see if it's any faster than that one back there. And they're both still thinking. Well, that one's at it. Big one's at 80%. Yeah, it's done already. See, this one's still calculating. Like I said, better processor. I don't know why it's doing that. It says plus 40 feet. It's not routing me down 79 for some reason. Huh. Anyway, the reason I like doing that, again, I know the routes, I know where I want to go, but I like knowing. Oh yeah, see there it went. Finally it got me on 79 there, 17 miles less and 8 minutes less. This one here is saved 28 minutes, or 20 minutes and 28 miles. So click go on that one. Now one of them saying 1,177 miles and the other one's saying 1,200 miles. So, I don't know. But I don't like this new setup, the way they have that. I prefer the old style. So Garmin, if the off chance you happen to see this, why does the tablet not do it the way the old GPS did? So anyway, I like knowing how many miles I have left, because then if somebody calls me and asks me, I can just give them a straight mileage just like that. And that gives me the ability to plan better, because I know how many miles I have left. I know how many more miles I want to do for the day. There's all kinds of things. Like now, let's say we have 1,200 miles left. I have already driven 2.5 hours today, so we're only probably going to get another 400 or 500 done today. Excuse me, 400 or 500 done today, mainly because we got to do Chicago, the outside edge of Chicago anyway. So yeah, it allows me to plan better. So for all you truck drivers out there that want to, you know, drop me a comment and tell me how dumb I am for running GPS and everything. Again, I've been doing this 20 years. I'm going to be 39 in a couple months. I get rookie comments all the time. I love it. It's great, because most of the people who make that comment, I've been driving longer than they have. But just because I'm on YouTube doesn't mean I'm new to this. This thing right here, this thing right here, they have everything that your Atlas has and then some. And they're updatable without buying a new one. And let me see you plan a route from Wisconsin to Houston, Texas in what, 5 seconds? 7 seconds? Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, I try not to talk smack, I really do, but some of the comments sometimes, and the you know, we call them old hands, old heads, so it depends on where you're from, but the truck drivers who have been driving longer than I have been and who are not accustomed to it, guys like my dad's age, which he used GPS too. I got him into it. I finally got him into the 21st century. But anyway, that was before he went in the hospital and stuff, which he's doing better, by the way. They were weaning him off the vent the last time I heard from my mom, which I think I'm going to call her today after I get fuel. But they were trying to wean him off the vent. It's getting hot in here. And so he's doing a little bit better. So anyway, there's a truck coming right there. Let me get out of his way here. And I've already been talking for 9.5 minutes. So we're going to go down, grab some fuel, and then get on the highway. Pitter patter.
Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Ooh. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
Alright guys, it's the next day. I was too tired to record an outro to yesterday's video. We got the sun coming in. It's a beautiful day over here. As you saw, the sun coming up this morning. So this is going to end this video here. I'm going to start today's video pretty much as soon as I'm done recording this and getting stuff downloaded to the computer. So we're in Steele, Missouri. So that's where the next video will be starting off. So keep a shiny side up, safe travels. See you in the next one.